Last year, I made a video talking in detail about one of the biggest pieces of F-Zero lost media, that being BS F-Zero Grand Prix 2. In it, we talked about how both pieces of media were lost for over a decade and described how the tracks were in terms of their layout. Ever since that video, many strides have happened in relation to the BS series, both in an official and community capacity. On the official side, F-Zero 99 has added the Ace League from Grand Prix 1 to the roster of playable tracks. Pausing the video real quick to add in a little note, since this video's taken so long, not only did the Ace League get added, but so did the mirror version of it too. I didn't expect that to happen so soon, but time flies, you know? What's the most interesting is that they seem to have merged the two versions of Big Blue 2 that existed before, and even removed Sandstorm's OG wind gimmick. For context, Sandstorm would push you to the side akin to how Deathwind does. In 99, however, they removed it entirely and made it so that a sandstorm affects your vision during the race. To some people, it might seem not as good, but not gonna lie, it really adds a lot to the whole sandstorm atmosphere. As for the community side, Guy Perfect alongside Power Panda and Porthor spent a long while working together to recreate the lost bits of BS F-Zero into a ROM hack. With the release of BS F-Zero Deluxe, people have been and continue to replay tracks such as Forest and Metal Fort with ease. It might not be the real thing, but hey, it's better than nothing. But as of March 29th when writing this, the first missing half of Grand Prix 2 has been donated by an anonymous benefactor. This means they ended up gaining half of the $5,000 bounty. A fun little fact I want to insert here too, on the F-Zero Discord, Luigi Blood mentions that the anonymous donor dumped more than 300 memory packs for them, and that surprisingly, on the 300th dump, they found it. Let me remind you that this shit is expensive. If you go on eBay, Satellaview memory packs go for either $70 or even $200. So imagine how much expendable cash this dude has. Fucking wild! We only found out this happened because of both Guy Perfect and Luigi Blood's posts on superfamicom.org. I'll leave both links to their articles for you to read in the description, but note that I'll be picking quotes primarily from Luigi's for this update video. From Luigi Blood's post, he states, "Unfortunately, this data does not contain the Week 2 data, which means we only get Forest 1 and Forest 2. This means that the rest of that $5,000 is still there for the taking if anyone has Week 2. In the same article, he goes on more about BS F-Zero, talking about what makes it so important outside of it being F-Zero or Satellaview related. In it, he tells us that it was an attempt to provide competitive gameplay, particularly focused on time attack, while having live commentary, giving precise information on how to be even more efficient on the track within a limited time, with even a demo example of how to play the track right before training and then the Grand Prix. BS F-Zero Grand Prix is not really just about the new tracks and new machines. They had ghost data from the staff to run against, while live commenters give you tips and tricks on how to beat them as you play. And he's not lying, as when looking back at Cocoon-kun's footage, we see and hear demonstration footage from the commentators, letting the player know how and what to do on these specific tracks. For example, Luigi Blood tells us that on Forest 1, Bucky Koba, who was one of the commentators, actually played for the ghost data of it, despite him not being good. The nature of BS F-Zero as a whole comes off as them trying to appeal to a more competitive nature for the Satellaview player base, with them trying to lower their times on the same tracks as much as possible with the new machines. Not only was this Nintendo trying to get people more invested to learn and better themselves at the game, everyone played it at the same time. So with the find of Week 1 in the same blog post, Luigi has a link leading to a more statistical and comparable article done by Guy Perfect, where he discusses what they got right and wrong from their recreations. Again, if you're into that kind of stuff, you can look in the description. For those who basically want to know about it without reading it all, it pretty much amounts to Guy Perfect stating that from his computing programming, it detects that their recreation's accuracy is 98 to 99% correct. Which is wild to see that they managed to get almost everything right when compared to their original counterparts. But it makes sense that they would due to the help of all three working on F-Zero Deluxe. Speaking of, due to the find of Week 1, they incorporated the data from the ROM dump to be included in their ROM hack. I would highly recommend trying it and the ROM dumps of Grand Prix 2 out. Now that we got one missing half of the puzzle, all we need is Week 2 and then we're golden. Only time will tell when we'll have that special other someone who somehow manages to have a copy of it. If you are someone who's really into lost media and wants to help with the search, or knows of someone who might have any leads, share this video around as much as you can. Any sort of attention for the rest of this search helps. With that out of the way, if you liked this video and want to see more like this, especially on the topic of lost media, be sure to give a like and possibly leave a comment. I'd also like to thank Takania for doing the thumbnail for the video. It's so fucking good, and I think if anyone here is looking for commission work, you should hit them up. Be sure to have a good one, and take care.